So, Everton 1, Arsenal 1. A mix and match squad today. Mix and match starting 11, should I say. Took the lead. Clown show all the way through the first half. Dark arts left, right and centre from both teams. Ben White getting flogged on the floor, dragged down to the floor. Sterling doing what Sterling does. Trossard 1-0. Yeah. Yeah, cool. 1-0. Second half, at half time, Bukayo Saka enters the field, Kenny. And I'm like, what are we doing? He was ducking out of tackles. He didn't want to sprint up and down the wing, which is understandable. However, he's going to have to on Tuesday. And Mikel Merino back in midfield today. Our captain came on the pitch and again, can't finish a wank. Right on the plate again. Absolutely on a plate from Tierney yet again, by the way. Yeah, who's put enough on the plate this season. Skelly giving the penalty away. Give your man of the match, apparently. Okay, cool. But what did you make of it, Kenny? Make sure you follow Kenny Ken's Insta. Real Madrid are 1-0 down, by the way, Kenny, at home to Valencia. So no reason we shouldn't be going there and scoring goals, Kenny.
Yeah, that's if we play two halves of football that are similar to each other. The first half, we started off really strong. I thought that even with Sterling and Trossard, as soon as we got behind them, there was things to be had. In fact, Sterling and Trossard were like I said, passing the ball to each other behind. And when they actually passed the ball forward, we scored in the 33rd minute. And we should have gone a couple of goals up. Everton were struggling their set pieces. I fully understand why Mikel did what he did, but I think he played his hand too early for the Real Madrid game. Because for me, that's an indication Saka's going to start. So, of course, when you get onto the second half, you think, right, Everton's slow because they look slow at the end of the second half. They look like leggy because obviously they put a lot into the Merseyside derby. And before you know it, it was like Everton were the team that were 1-0 up, and they're the team that were playing with confidence because they're the ones who came out of traps. David Raya was doing David Raya things, having a bit of a rush of blood. They said he was being impeded. No, you took too long on the ball. This is big boy football. Everton have a right to press you. That started the training events. And then third phase of play, Kivior may have left the ball. However, as a defender, you have to assume that your defender in front of you is going to miss his chance. Don't assume he's going to win the header. Doesn't matter whether he's won 10 headers before that. Always assume was ready. But for me, in the box, now, Lewis Skelly is the only person that knows what happens. And judging by Miles Lewis Skelly this season, I'll put my house on that he impeded him in the box. It was a penalty. It starts outside, but for me, it continued outside. Actually, any debate. Our fans are looking at the situation and said, right, it started outside the box. Great respect for your reactions. Great respect for that. But keep on watching it. Don't forget these slow motion, like I said, replays that benefit your eye. The fact is, VAR had a look at it, cleared it immediately, which means they were satisfied, and so they were looking at the other side. Again, it's something he's going to have to learn, especially on Tuesday against Real Madrid. The question is, as a defender, never let the ball bounce. Doesn't matter if you think someone's going to win it. When in doubt, clear it with your head. When in doubt, kick it out of play and then start again. Yes, we all want to be ballers. We all want to play football. However, that's a situation where Everton score, and it becomes a situation where Arsenal are game managing it. They're not trying to win the game. They're basically trying to keep all their players fit for Tuesday, which is understandable because Mikel Arteta has given up the league officially. By doing this today, he's given up the league officially. Now, we know he's probably done it in December, but officially today, he's handed the title to Liverpool. And let's face it, I'm not slagging him off. I'm not slagging the players off. The title was never on. You know this, Lee, don't you?
Yep. Yeah, I'm just watching this Real Madrid game, Kenny. Yeah, we're in big trouble. 1-1. Oh, he's hit the bar. And Mbappe, oh my days, it was offside. Mbappe is on smoke, mate. They're still losing 1-0. Yeah, but Mbappe is on fire right now. He's scoring in a minute, I'm telling you. Yeah, Rudiger. Yeah, and they've put a mix and match squad out today as well. Yeah, they've got some of them good players on the bench. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like the only way we can beat this Madrid team, yeah, is park the bus and be clinical on a counter. Yeah, and
But
we
that's
ain't
exactly how
clinical,
they're going to
Kenny.
play against us. Yeah, but that's exactly how they're going to play against us. They're not going to leave the space for us to exploit. Doesn't matter whether who we got in the team or who we haven't got in the team. It's foolish against a team like us who thrive on space and thrive on setting traps for people who are making mistakes and trying to play out the back for Real Madrid to play any other way but pragmatic. At the end of the day, people need to realise it's a two-legged tie. It's only half time after 90 minutes on Tuesday. There's still the second half, the second leg in Madrid. So you've got to, when you're playing a Champions League, you've got to do it over 180 minutes. That's why I think you don't be surprised. Obviously, you want a classic. I understand why people want a classic because football this moment of time is so breathtakingly boring. The game tonight was boring. We started well, scored in the 33rd minute. Afterwards, we could have gone away with it. Everton was slow. Second half, Everton scored. Two teams defending for their lives. Two teams being difficult to break down. Everyone says that Everton had a good turn of form since David Moyes got there. That's absolute rubbish because guess what? That's their fifth game without a. So basically, it's made them difficult to beat. And that's what I was trying to say in Dan's show when I was talking to Christian. I said Everton know their limitations. And we saw their limitations. However, we had the game. And that's the thing.
No, sorry, you were lagging, mate. You lagged out. Say that again. Everton know their limitations, so you lagged out after that.
So Everton know their limitations. Everton under David Moyes are very limited to the extent they defend as a unit. They rely on them people making mistakes. They rely on them Beto playing on the shoulder, and that's it. There's no pattern to what they do. They're just a difficult team to beat, and that's why their results improve. But if you look at the services, a lot of those games they're drawing.
Yeah, facts. But we knew that was going to be a hard game today. Yeah, because they've got Tarkowski, they've got O'Brien, they've got Harrison, they've got players that are big physical lumps in their team. Yeah, they're gonna get stuck in. They're gonna rough you up. They're gonna be a problem on corners, set pieces, whether it's either end. Yeah, and we didn't really get any joy on set pieces again today. Yeah, and it's like, you know, this set piece gimmick is failed now. It's done. Do something else. Because every time we took a set piece today, what did we do from it, Kenny? It's finished.
No, definitely not. But you have to admit, the first half they were like when we caught them cold. Piece that was cleared off the line and looked like it was going in goal. And then afterwards, yes. But then again, you are playing set piece FC. Remember, Everton have got O'Brien, 6'5". Bradford, 6'6". They've got 6'3" defender in #1. Beto, 6'4". So they got a big team who could defend at set pieces. If it's not organisation, it's height as well. So we're not going to scare them with our set pieces. However, you've got to look at this situation, look at the context of the match. It's where we've been all season. Can you be critical? Well, you can, because you want to win every game. You want to entertain them. You know, there was 3,000 fans that turned up from London to go to Goodison Park. They're on their way back. I'm on my way to Manchester. They're on the way back to London. All they're going to talk about is how did Saka look. If you want to do a Saka watch, big enough. We didn't see anything to say that he's going to go full throttle on Tuesday. We know he's going to start, but from what he's doing, he's feeding himself into games, which is what he should do. If you come back from an injury, you're not going to overexert yourself. But where does that leave us next on Tuesday and next Wednesday, when you've got a player that's clearly? Where does that leave us? Because we can't play with 10 men, can we? But we are going to play with we are going to play with 10 men with him in the field.
Facts. Listen, get to Manchester safe, mate. And yeah, we go again on Tuesday, Kenny. Enjoy it, because it's going to be a madness. I can't lie. Real Madrid are still 1-0 down, but they're all over Valencia, man. Jude's just put one wide now. He's just run through about 4 of their players and put one wide. Yeah, we're in big problems Tuesday, mate. Listen, get Manchester safely, mate.
I think so, but all right, I'll speak to you soon, mate.
See you, mate.